Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dane, your host. Hope you're doing great wherever you may find yourselves. Blessings to all of you wonderful people out there. If you're a Led Zeppelin fan like myself, dare I say a fanatic, you know that Physical Graffiti turned 50 years old last month on the 24th of February. About a week ago, maybe a little less than that, thereabouts. And while I'm not big on celebrating an anniversary of a particular album, whether it's 20, 30, 40, 50 years, I will do it if said album is extremely special to me, and this is a very special album to me. I did one of these videos already, and that was when I did Miles Davis, the two companion live albums, Agharta and Pangea, which turned 50 years old also last month, February 1st. So I'm going to approach my discussion of this with you in the sense I'm going to talk about it like vinyl sides instead of CD, because my first experience with this entire album was having it on vinyl back when I was either 16 or 17. I got it as a Christmas present from my sister and her boyfriend at the time, and I remember being so excited. I could tell it was a vinyl, and I saw how thick it was. It's like, oh, this has to be a double. I thought maybe it might be Yes songs from Yes, but it was this, and I'm so grateful to have this. The only songs I knew at that time, 16, 17, give or take, were Side B, Houses of the Holy, Trampled Underfoot, Kashmir, and then Custard Pie from Side 1. I didn't know the other two songs on Side A or 1. And so this was my 16, 17, maybe 18. This was my introduction to the full album, and I'm a big fan of listening to, not always, but an album from start to finish, even if it's a double or triple album. Sometimes making an event a whole day with a box set kind of thing. But I remember getting this again as a Christmas present, and then I also remember giving my sister something, which I forget, but what I do remember is giving her boyfriend at the time Bowie's, on vinyl, David Bowie's Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, and he was super excited to get that on vinyl, because that was something he was wanting to have. So it was a wonderful Christmas, and once the festivities were done, I went to my bedroom and was able to listen to this in its entirety, and I was blown away. Now, if you're a Zeppelin fan or a casual fan, regardless, most of us who know Zeppelin know that the bulk of what's here, if not all of it, comes from the Headley Grange sessions, which were during the Led Zeppelin 3, Led Zeppelin 4, and Houses of the Holy eras. And for whatever reason, they didn't make the cut. And to this day, I'd love to have been a fly on the wall to know what were the band members thinking, as, say, for example, why does Houses of the Holy not make the cut for that particular album, etc., etc., Custard Pie. Everything on here for me is, with the exception of one song, a 9 out of 10, a 10 out of 10, or an 11 out of 10. One song is an 8 out of 10. So there's no, but still, that's high praise indeed. Still, there are no fillers on here. There's no, bad songs whatsoever. And in many ways, this is the ultimate of an album that is light and shade, from the perspective that while you have some songs that are light and shade within the song, you have Side A and Side B, which are, for the most part, the hard rocking tunes, and then for the most part, Side C and D, the lighter acoustic driven stuff, for the most part, as I said, if not all of it. So let's get started. Side A, Custard Pie. What a great hard rockin' tune from the band. I love it. Great way to start off the album. And its companion song, The Rover, I love just as equally. There have been days where I've wanted to, say which of these two songs I like more. You could have started the album with The Rover, perhaps. I love these songs equally. They're just wonderful hard rock tunes from the band. Hard rock in the Zeppelin sense, of course. I love Plant's gravelly vocals on Custard Pie. It just lends to the flavor of the song. And then when it comes to The Rover, the rhythm, the beat of the song is what for me is probably the best part of the tune. So two wonderful songs. And then I had never heard, until that wonderful Christmas day in my time of dying, until that very day, and I was totally blown away as my sister's boyfriend told me, you're going to love this song. And boy, do I still love it today. The drums, in many ways, is what makes the song so special. Bottom is just amazing here. More amazing than normal here. What's wonderful about some of the drums here, and there's another song I'm going to talk about later, is when when Bonham decides to hit the cymbals in the hi-hat and the drums and, you know, the various parts of his drum kit, as when he decides not to hit, right? That's, you know, when, I don't know what that's called, but just, you know, it's kind of like the old phrase, you know, what you don't say is just as important as what you do say, kind of thing, but musically. So that's what makes the song. And of course, Plant's crying over his lost wings and asking for a new pair. Just great. Oh my Jesus, you know, just great. Love this. The phrasing of Plant's vocals are dynamite. Jimmy's great. John Paul Jones is great. What a great band, and wonderful epic song. Wish we had more epic songs from Zeppelin, but we don't. We do have a few, but wish I had just a few more. Because if you know this channel, you know I'm a big fan of epic music. All right, side B, Houses of the Holy. Right off the bat, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, bum-bum. Get you in, get you hooked right away. Great opening. It's an upbeat, up-tempo song. I love the lyrics. It's just an overall fun tune. Again, I don't get why this didn't make the cut for that album. It's a wonderful song. And then my favorite song on the album, Trampled Underfoot, the opening organ or synthesizer from John Paul Jones. Dun, 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 and then Plant comes in right away. I'm just goosebumps. It's just a great song. It's heavy, despite the fact that the lead of the song is, for the most part, up to a certain point, what John Paul Jones is doing, and companion to that or tied to that, Plant's vocal phrasing and cadences are just marvelous. It's ecstatic. The lyrics are great. The metaphor of the car for the woman is just fabulous. Kashmir, going back to doing some exotic stuff like Think 4 Sticks from Led Zeppelin 4, North Africa, influence perhaps, also influence from the Orient and India. And what's interesting is Trampled Underfoot and Kashmir are both related to Jimmy's interest in Aleister Crowley's, you know, life kind of thing. So we're told. So Kashmir is an epic track. Just Plant is on fire here. He's just more special than he's even more special here than he is on some other songs in the whole discography. And you have strings, but it works. It's just the way he phrases "Let me take you there" at the end is it's just great. What a great song. All right, so that's side B. Side C. Now we're into the acoustic stuff. A Love in the Light. I think this is a song some people don't like from people I've talked to, or they say it's okay or meh, that kind of thing. I think it's a great song. I give this a 9 out of 10. It's not a masterpiece, but it is close. I love the organ here. I love Bonham's drums. I love Plant going, hey, hey. It's just great. What a great tune. And then you get the short and sweet Bron-Yr-Aur, if I'm pronouncing that right. And of course, we think of this song, or at least I do, when we think of the movie, the song remains the same with the doves or the pigeons. It's very goosebumpy. What a great song. Short and sweet, as I said. Love Me, an acoustical instrumental. And this is one of the finest of all time. Then you get an even more wonderful song that is an homage to Neil Young, Down by the Seaside, reminding us of Neil's wonderful song Down by the River. And of course, years later, Neil would pay it forward and do an homage to Led Zeppelin in his song Downtown, which I believe is on the Mirrorball album, where he has Pearl Jam as his backing band stepping in for Crazy Horse. But Down by the Seaside is just a wonderful wash over you type song. You just take it all in. It's mesmerizing. It's a great song. And then equally mesmerizing is the acoustic number 10 Years Gone. Between these two songs, I don't know which of the two I like better. They're equal for me in the same way that The Rover and Custard Pie are the hard rockin' tunes that are equal to me. Can't rank them, I guess, but 10 Years Gone is, again, a goosebumpy type song, acoustic number. It's a genius. Not sure why it didn't make the cut on whatever album it was supposed to go on. I have a playlist of all that and what's supposed to go where and that kind of thing. Again, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall to hear, why these songs didn't make the cut, so to speak. But yeah, 10 Years Gone is just so right, just great, and Plant's vocals are wonderful. Next is the 8 out of 10 song, Night Flight. I love the way Plant sings here. I love the whole song, but I said this before, there's something missing here in the song, and I can't put my finger on it. There's that missing ingredient. Anyway, whatever that is, I'm still looking for it. I like the way it ends with Plant going, ooh, 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 and then there's no skip, and then we go right into the wonton song. Dun 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 dun. The drums here are amazing, very similar to In My Time of Dying, in the sense that it's all about equally not just what Bonham is hitting in his kit, but what he's not hitting, what he's saying and not saying, and you have these hesitations from Bonham where you think he's going to hit something, and then it comes. It's just great, and it's a heavy song. I love it. Short and sweet. It's only just over 4 minutes long. This is probably my second favorite song on here. Now, if we go back to House of the Holy for a minute, I would say that's my third favorite song. It's just a wonderful, upbeat, up-tempo song. I love it. Yeah, it's great. Next, we have Boogie with Stu, which is the purloined from Richie Valens. They didn't give him credit at first, and I think this is a wonderful song. What a great cover song. I can even envision Neil Young doing this song in his, wonderful voice and, wonderful guitar style that is all his own. Just great song. But Zeppelin doing it here it's meant to be quirky and fun. It's not funny, but it's quirky, it's fun, it's a lighthearted song. This is just another example of how when you listen to this album, everyone's having a good time. You have things like, "Oh, we rolling, Jimmy," and we have, cough, da-da-da-da. They're just having fun. And that's what it's about. And then you get the wonderful Black Country Woman. I don't know how to describe the song, but it is an amazing song about, I guess an ode to a beautiful woman from the Black Country, from Wales, essentially. Plant being from there himself. He's flying the Welsh flag in the movie. The song remains the same in his heroic quest to save the princess, right, from the evil man in the castle, his dream sequence. But yeah, this is a great song. And then you have Sick Again, which is a great way to end the album. And this is also a very difficult song to describe. And these two songs have some interesting... Well, overall, this album tonally is a paradox, because you can hear that, well, this song would have went on this album, it would have worked well with this album, but it's not there. But then at the same time you go, well, this is much different from the way Jimmy plays his guitar, that kind of thing. So it's just amazing. And these two last songs are that, in that way, in spades, as are some of the other parts of what Jimmy's doing on this album as a whole. But boy, what a great album. So 50 years old, happy birthday, Physical Graffiti. Let me know in the comments what you think of this album. Is it your favorite Zeppelin album? Is it their magnum opus to you as it is to me? Anyway, take care. I'll see you next time. God bless.